all this, whether you're gonna be in the Zoom or not. A lot of y'all really don't realize that the more fucked up shit you sit around, the more fucked up shit you allow to go on around you, the more fucked up shit you involve yourself in, the more that it changes your character and your personality, your morals and your values, the shit that you okay with. What I'm trying to say is, a lot of y'all, you in a space where when you really reflect back on some of the stuff that you're doing, the shit that you say, the way that you act, rather it's emotional or rather it's intentional, like a lot of that shit has to do with the stuff you sat around and tolerated over the years. A lot of the ways that y'all moving, your perception, your perspective, the way that you think, it has to do with the fuck shit you've allowed to go on around y'all. And then this is why I always be explaining to y'all that you can use the door or the window at any time. It don't be just to say the shit because the shit sound cool. I be saying that because a lot of y'all don't realize when you conform to that victim mentality, when you go through life feeling like all I got to do is collect the wrongs that people did to me and use that as a way to justify or give excuses for why I am the way that I am or why my life is in the space that it's in, you will end up changing for the worse. You will end up being something that when you started out, you didn't necessarily want to be, but you conform to that to try to adapt to the bullshit. A lot of y'all, you know, you've been in the Zoom with me and I talked about waking up in power mode. Like understanding when you wake up, there are certain things, certain, actions you add to your morning routine to be in a mode called power. A lot of y'all can't get in that space because the people you laid up next to be the same motherfuckers that's throwing your energy off. They be the ones that have you in a space where you don't listen to self. All you feel like is you a victim of their actions and you can't get no real shit done for yourself. So when you hear me talk about stuff like budgeting, management of emotions, creating multiple streams of income and living off of less than 50% of one of those so you can actually elevate your life and see your bread. When you hear me talking about traveling to educate yourself, not just traveling to get fucked in another city and take pictures and put them bitches on your story on the gram or Facebook or Snapchat, but actually moving with intention on getting. I had to make sure my Wi-Fi ain't fuck up on y'all. But when you hear me talk about this stuff, the reason why a lot of y'all can't take the shit serious, because y'all be in a space where all the bullshit you done sat in, all the stuff you done tolerated, all the things that you made yourself be okay with, because that's exactly what y'all be doing. You make yourselves be okay with shit that you really ain't okay with. This is why y'all be with people and like after you tell us what you think about them or how you feel about what they doing to you or what's going on around you or what you allowing to go on in your world, in your house, in your pockets, in your car, in your vibes, in your aura, the things that you allowing to go on when you talk about that shit, it be all bad, but you still tolerating it. You still involving yourself in it because you making yourself. Like these are the things that actually change the way that you view life and your perspective. And this is why the fuck the real shit that matter don't be mattering to y'all. A lot of y'all, the fucking drugs and the abusive people and the situations that you've allowed to go on around you and that you've allowed to consume your mental is the exact reason why you will not elevate. It's still space in the Zoom. You can text 678-965-0698. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm getting ready to start doing a tour. Me and my dog said going to end up probably in Houston, Texas first. But it's really going to be on relationships, and then he going to talk about credit, right? The reason why we put these two together is because most relationships, most marriages and shit fail now when it comes to finances playing a role where y'all not on the same page. You're not equally yoked. You're not balanced out. You don't have an understanding for how you're supposed to be operating as far as your basics, managing your money. A lot of y'all, you ain't gonna really be attracted to joining my budgeting Zoom or doing a one-on-one on budgeting or managing your money or creating multiple streams of income because you know you laid up with a fuck nigga or a pussy asshole or somebody that's lost or in a survival season, so you ain't gonna act to be able to apply the shit. It's a waste of your time, and I understand why. Because the shit that you choosing to sit in, the stuff you choosing to be around, the people you choosing to involve yourself with, date, fuck on, sleep with, live with, talk to every day, smoke a joint with, they actually mold and condition the way that you think. The shit they be telling you that ain't important, you hear that shit enough or you see it enough around you, you will operate that same way to where you don't think the things that you actually know are important are important. I hope y'all understand what I'm explaining. Some of y'all, you're not ready yet because the people around you ain't there yet, and you only gonna be as good as them. And this is just me keeping it real.